Way out in space, super far from Earth, is Voyager 1. It's a machine we made way back in the 70s. It was never meant to do what it's doing now. Instead of looking forward, it's looking back at us, at the sun, like it's trying to come home. What it found and sent back through the cold has really surprised scientists and engineers. It's not just about how far it went. It's about what it found out there. Voyager's data doesn't match what we thought we knew about space beyond our solar system. Things like magnetic fields and cosmic particles used to make sense, but now they don't. The crazy thing is, this came from a probe that's way less high-tech than a digital watch. It's powered by some old plutonium that's been dying for years. But even with that, it sent back something important. So what did Voyager find? It all started with a lucky lineup of planets. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune lined up just right, so Voyager could use their gravity to zoom past them. It went up in 1977 and wasn't supposed to last this long. But almost 50 years later, it's still out there, faster and farther than anything else we've made. It showed us Saturn's cool rings, Jupiter's crazy storms, and moons that look like alien worlds. But what it's facing now is bigger than all that. Voyager isn't just cruising through space. It's in a place we didn't expect to see. It's crossed into interstellar space, where the sun's influence fades. We thought this would be a clear change, but when Voyager crossed over in 2012, things got weird. The number of particles changed like we expected, but the magnetic field stayed the same. It was like Voyager went through a door and ended up in the same room. Then came these weird, low sounds, plasma waves that shouldn't be there. They weren't random, they had a pattern. Some scientists wondered if Voyager had even left the sun's area, or if the edge of the solar system is just a blurry line. Years later, Voyager's data started changing. The plasma sounds that used to be steady began to change in strange ways. The sounds weren't from stars or explosions, but from something that sounded like Voyager's own signal. It was like space was answering back with vibrations and rhythms. Was space responding? Was something out there listening? Researchers called it resonance, while others had darker ideas. And the signals just got stronger. Then Voyager glitched. This data got weird, and it stopped for almost 2 weeks. It was like it had been redirected or stopped for a while. Then it started up again, but the instruments were focused differently. Maybe it was a message from a young civilization. But what if someone had already heard it? After Voyager got its bearings back, NASA saw small changes in the electromagnetic noise, like echoes of the sounds on the record. It was like the message had been found and answered, not with words, but with a reflection. Then came the dust. Voyager's old dust thing started detecting stuff. Tiny particles were hitting it too often, too fast, and in a pattern. They weren't just floating around. Some had stuff in them that's rare even in our galaxy. People had all sorts of ideas. Was it dark matter? Space trash? Part of some huge old thing? Had Voyager bumped into something not natural? Then Voyager moved on its own. It shifted a little, enough to set off alarms. No one knows why. No force we know could do that in empty space unless something had grabbed it. Finally, the last working thing sent a signal, a drop in sound, followed by a rise. It wasn't just noise. It was a pattern that went up and down, then stopped. Some thought it sounded like a heartbeat. Others said it was like the Earth shaking. It came from behind Voyager, from where it started. Was it a message, a light, or something moving in the dark? Voyager 1 wasn't supposed to be a guard. It was just a message in a bottle sent into space. Now it's turned around, not because we asked, but because something noticed it. We used to think the universe didn't care about us. But Voyager's message says otherwise. The edges aren't where we thought, signals can come from nowhere, and unseen forces might be guiding us. We never thought Voyager would last this long, and we never thought it would come back with a warning. So what do we do now? We listen, we wonder, and maybe we get ready. If Voyager just confirmed we're not alone, then this is just the start. Voyager 1 was made to watch, record, and drift. Now it's something else. It's like a messenger between two places. When it turned back, it didn't just send data. It sent something a machine shouldn't be able to do, a decision. They saw its instruments change, watched the signal glitch, then get steady. But the numbers didn't make sense anymore. The particles were moving back and forth, the magnetic stuff was changing like a code. The pauses between signals got shorter. The patterns started repeating like Voyager was talking to something. Not a planet, not a system, but space itself. The helipause, which we thought was a border between solar and galactic space, now seems more like skin, thin, open, and alive. Some think that what we call interstellar space isn't space at all, but more like an ocean. It's not just how far it went, it's what it found. The data contradicts almost everything we thought we knew about space beyond our solar system. Magnetic fields, plasma waves, cosmic particles used to tell a clear story, but now it's all messed up. Here's the crazy part. This news came from a probe with less tech than a digital watch, powered by a dying battery that's been fading for years. But somehow it spoke. What did Voyager 1 just confirm? What's in this signal that feels like more than just data? It started with a lucky cosmic lineup. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune all lined up just right, letting Voyager slingshot past them using their gravity. Launched way back in 1977, Voyager 1 wasn't supposed to last this long. But almost 50 years later, it's still out there, faster and farther than anything we've ever made. It showed us Saturn's rings, Jupiter's crazy storms, and moons that look like alien worlds. But that's nothing compared to now. Voyager isn't just cruising. It's in a place we weren't ready for, where the sun's influence fades into interstellar space. That transition should have been smooth. We thought we knew what to expect. A drop in solar wind, a shift in magnetic field, more radiation. But when Voyager 1 crossed into interstellar space in 2012, things got weird. The particle density changed, sure, but the magnetic field stayed the same, like it just walked through a door into the same room. Then came the whispers, low waves, plasma stuff, patterns that shouldn't be there. Some scientists wondered if Voyager even left the sun's bubble, or if the edge of our solar system is just a fuzzy layer. Years later, Voyager's data started changing. The plasma noise got strange, not from stars or explosions, but from something that echoed Voyager's own signal, like the void was answering back. Not with words, but with vibes. Was interstellar space responding? Was something out there listening, or even part of space itself? Some researchers called it resonance. Others whispered scary ideas. The signals only got stronger. Voyager's data glitched, went blurry, and then it stopped for almost 2 weeks. The data stream was messed up, like it was redirected or cut off. Then it came back online, but the instruments were focused differently. After Voyager reset, NASA saw subtle changes. Patterns in the noise, rhythms that sounded like the audio on the record, like the message had been found and answered, not with words, but with a reflection and awareness. Then came the dust. Voyager's old dust sensor started picking up impacts, tiny particles that were too frequent, too fast, and too organized. They weren't drifting randomly, but clustered together. Some had rare stuff in them. Theories flew around. Dark matter? Space junk? The remains of something huge? Did Voyager hit something unnatural? Then Voyager moved on its own. Its course shifted a bit, setting off alarms. Nobody knows why. No force we know of could do that in empty space unless something reached out and pulled it. And finally, the last sensor got a signal. A drop in frequency followed by a surge, a pattern that rose, fell, and repeated, then silence. Some called it a heartbeat. Others compared it to pulses. Came from behind Voyager, from where the signal started. Was it a message, a trail, or something moving unseen? Voyager 1 wasn't meant to be a watchman. It was a message in a bottle. But now it's turned back, not because we asked it to, but because something noticed. We thought the universe was quiet, ignoring us. But Voyager's message suggests otherwise. Boundaries aren't where we thought. Signals can echo without a source. Invisible forces might be guiding our machines, and maybe even us. We didn't expect Voyager to last this long, and we never thought it would come back with a warning. So what do we do now? We listen, we wonder, and maybe we get ready, because if Voyager just showed us that we're not alone, then this isn't the end. It's just the start. Voyager 1 was built to watch, record, and drift. But now it's something else. A connection between two worlds. When it turned back, it didn't just send data. It sent something a machine shouldn't be able to, a decision. They saw the instruments change, the signal stutter, then get steady, but the numbers didn't make sense anymore. Particle speeds were going crazy. Magnetic readings were collapsing and reforming like a rhythm, a code. The silence between the pulses got shorter. The patterns started repeating and changing like Voyager was having a conversation, not with a planet, but with space itself. The edge of our solar system, which we thought was a clean border, now seems more like skin, thin, alive. Some people on the Voyager team think what we call interstellar space isn't just empty space, but a place like an ocean,